Hey guys, you're in a nutshell with me, Ina. Ito na nga ang kinatatakutan ng marami sa OINP, Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program. May isang stream po under ng OINP na itinigil muna. Okay. It is currently suspended. At the same time, hindi lang siya suspended. Lahat po ng mga outstanding applications dyan sa stream na yan ay ibabalik. So maraming makaka-experience. I think in an article I read, more than 2,000 people kumbaga ibabalik yung kanilang mga applications. Kung ikaw ay isa diyan, ano ang iyong pwedeng gawin o ano nang mangyayari? Yan ang ating pag-uusapan. Kasama si Dayanara M. Puerto Bantigue. Thank you so much, Dayanara, for
Hello
being
po.
here.
Hi, miss. Thank you so much, miss. Thank you.
Yan, okay. Naku, nakakalungkot ano? Ito na nga yung kinatatakutan, But guys, let us clarify, this has nothing to do with the proposed BC-12 na hinihingi ng federal government to supposedly, okay, cancel applications in large volumes. Okay, hindi pa po yun. That is still pending in Parliament. Hindi pa yung ganat na batas. Ito pong ginawa ng OINP, kusa niya ito. Ontario lang ito through existing powers that it has.
Yes.
Pero yun na nga, no, akala ko, Dayanara, sa totoo lang, di ba, I think last week they announced parang expanded factors to consider
Opo.
para kung ka-cancel sila o magbabalik ng isang application. I thought, no, I was hoping it would be done on an individual case-to-case
Yes.
basis. Pero ito, parang lahat. Ano ba yan? Ang dami.
Yeah.
And oo, did you expect this to happen? O, nagulat ka pa ba nung nakita mo to?
Hindi po. Hindi ako actually nagulat, miss. Because when I read the announcement, I saw the word systemic. So, when I saw the word systemic, sabi ko, okay. This means na they saw fraud at a really high level. Meaning, talagang marami. So, I think to properly explain it, we have to start with the truth na yung OINP skilled trade stream goes through express entry. So to be able to get into OINP skilled trade stream, you have to have an express entry profile. And then you have to put on your primary occupation a trade occupation. So it could be, a welder, could be construction work, could be painter, could be plumber, ganyan. Like the NOC that you will put as your primary occupation has to be skilled. Trade. So it begins with 7. Most skilled trades occupations talagang 7 nang sisimula yan. So doon ka mai-invite. So I have clients na ang NOC nila ay 73201. Ngayon, so mga superintendent sa mga building, ganyan. So if you look at the regular yung trades draw ng under category-based selection, wala naman yun yung 73201, hindi siya kasama. Pero Ontario considers that as a priority, so kasama sila sa mga nagiging draw, kadalasan. Okay, sometimes nagtatanggal sila yung welder, sometimes tinatanggal nila. For some draws, tinatanggal nila yon. Pero dumadaan siya ng EE. So pag na-invite ka, hindi mo actually kailangan kalampagin yung employer mo for an employer form. Kasi all you have to do is to submit a COE from them. Certificate of Employment. They may ask you for all of your pay slips as evidence that this is legitimate paid work. They may ask you for your pay slips then because of the number of hours. They may ask you for your T4, for your notice of assessments, and all of that. But basically, they're not gonna ask your employers to provide yung kadalasang hinihingi nila sa mga ibang stream gaya ng OINP in demand, OINP international students, saka OINP foreign worker na talagang rigorous yung kanilang business license, business permit, yung kanilang notice of assessment as a business. Hinihingi yun for those other streams. Pero dito sa skilled trade stream, hindi. Tingin ko doon nagmula yung systemic issue. Maaaring may mga bad actors, lagi namang ganyan, may mga bad actors na piniling samantalahin yung skilled trade stream. Baka maraming paraan, pwedeng hindi naman pala talaga sila welder, pero welder yung nakalagay sa COE nila.
Yeah.
Hindi naman pala talaga sila painter, pero yun ang nakalagay. hindi naman pala sila bayad. Yung pala ay sinusoli lang nila in some way yung bayad sa kanila through cash. Maraming mga ganyang issue na nade-detect na ng OINP ngayon. Siguro meron silang isang nakita tapos napansin nila, bakit ang
Oo.
daming worker na ito yung same company. Parang pare-pareho silang nagsusupport. Bakit gano'n? Bakit, iisa yung job description, yung itsura? Bakit
Mhm.
parang copy-pasted lang from one person to another? Ganyan. Kasi po ngayon ang OINP nag-a-announce na sila ng mga pangalan, eh, nung mga tao na yung mga consultants or unlicensed people na, um, fina-fine nila ng like
Mhm.
thousands of dollars, nakalagay na yon. Actually, I did try to look at a case law, pero there was one time, there's an unlicensed consultant, ang pangalan niya ay Jaskaranjit Singh, and he
Mhm.
was ordered to pay $66,000 for multiple contraventions in 2025. And then
Oh.
overall, parang naka $500,000 in fine na ang OINP just in 2025 for fraud and misrepresentation violations. So,
Mhm.
nakikita dito, miss, na just from that one person, 66,000 ang fine na
Oh,
sinarge sa kanya, siguro marami siyang tinulungan,
katulad rin.
marami siyang katulad, marami siyang naimpluwensyahan na magpasok ng ganitong papel. Hindi natin alam kung under ito ng OINP skilled trades, pero malaki yung chance kasi skilled trades yung nawala, skilled trades yung
Oo.
tinanggal. So, this I
Ay.
think is the reason why talagang tinanggal siya kasi nakapansin sila ng systemic issue, as in
Yeah.
talagang maraming cases.
Oo. I think 'no, yung tinutukoy mo na, COE kasi ang sabi mo basically ang hinihingi lang halimbawa COE, pay
OE.
stubs, tapos hindi na nila i-ve-verify from the employer
No, they
mismo,
can
parang
they
gano'n?
can definitely verify. Yes, miss, they can definitely
Okey.
verify, pero they can just, I mean, it's a call,
Puwedeng hindi, oo.
'di ba? It's most likely a call to the person, and
Oh,
anybody can
alright.
answer calls. That's the
Gets,
thing.
gets,
As
gets, gets.
opposed to OINP International Student Stream, talagang 'di ba magsa-sign yung employer sa portal, all the
Mhm.
information, magpo-provide sila ng detailed na mga documents nila. So, much in a way, much more secured against fraud yung system na meron dun sa
Oo.
ibang streams na yon compared to skilled trades.
Oo.
Kaya nga, it can really be an issue. And I think it was an issue
Yeah.
in 2025 mostly, kaya nagkaroon na ng ganitong return.
Oo.
Nakakalungkot. Paano naman yung mga legit sila? Paano naman? Yun
Exactly,
naman ang
exactly.
nakakalungkot dun, miss.
Naalala ko na ngayon, alam ko na yung gusto kong sabihin na parang scam. Yung tinatawag na payroll scheme, yung
Mhm.
nabanggit mo rin kanina, eh. Ilalagay nila yung pangalan mo sa payroll nila. In short, kakuntsaba din minsan yung mga manager, mga ganyan, eh.
HR.
Oo, HR. Ilalagay nila yung pangalan mo sa payroll. Bibigyan ka talaga ng payroll, ng pay stub, yun ang isasabit mo diyan. Pero sa totoo hindi mo nakukuha yung pera na yan. Tapos
Yes.
minsan ikaw pa nga magbabayad, eh.
Yes.
Oo, just so you have things to use, documents to use for your specific for your application in this stream. May ganyang scheme, eh. So, I think ito
Yes.
yung
And
isa.
this
Oo.
is the reason why, Miss, IRCC, I think, is now asking for bank statements. A lot of
Ay,
them are asking, a
oo.
lot of the times they're asking for bank statements. I don't know if I have shared this with you, yung case ng client ko na pumunta sa akin with a procedural fairness letter, caregiver naman siya. Ang employer niya ay sister niya sa brother-in-law.
Mhm.
So, they asked her for her bank statements. Her bank statements they have a lot of e-transfers back to the employer. So,
Okey.
parang ang
Oh,
nangyayari, babayaran siya nung ate niya and then ibabalik niya sa ate niya.
naku po,
Yun. So,
okey.
ngayon, of course, I asked her, ano ba to? Kasi po meron kaming parang savings plan na ginagawa ni ate. So parang siya yung nagde-deposit, galing lang sa akin yung pera. Sa may mga magulang kami na kailangan din ng tulong, ganyan. So they questioned that. Hindi sila naniwala in the end. Kasi parang it does look like fraud. Kasi
Yeah.
binabayaran ka tapos binabalik mo. So that means yung notice of assessment mo is a lie. Yung T4 mo is a lie. It's a good thing na hindi siya na-misrepresent,
Oo.
like na-ban, hindi siya binan, pero refused siya.
Ay,
So,
alright.
they returned her application after several months. So, what I'm saying is, if this is something that you plan to do, then don't, because everything now can be the technology has improved so much that they can detect this, and
Mhm.
you may end up kissing all your Canadian dreams goodbye if they
Yeah.
find this out. So, yeah. I guess.
Okay. Nakalimutan ko pala i-upload yung announcement guys.
Ay,
Baka nagtataka sila, saan niyo ba pinagbatayan 'yan? Pumunta kayo sa official site ng OINP, yung
yes, yung
update nila.
updates. Opo.
Oo, ayan 2025 OINP program updates, ayan, latest lang 'to, kahapon lang siya pinost.
Yes po.
Oo, nakasulat dito, ayan, yung OINP Express Entry Skilled Trade Stream lang ang pinag-uusapan natin
Yes
guys
po, hindi po lahat.
Uulit-ulitin ko, hindi lahat ng OINP applications ibabalik. Only for the Skilled Trades Stream.
Yes
Tulad
po.
ng sinabi ni Dayanara, they have identified systemic compliance and enforcement concerns relating to the stream. Okay, ito nakasulat. As currently structured, nakita nila na yung stream ay vulnerable to systemic misrepresentation and or fraud.
It is.
Okay. And as a result, they have decided on two things. Ito, suspend receiving skilled trade stream applications. And number two, will return all outstanding skilled trade stream applications. Okay, mukhang i-refund naman nila, nakasulat dito,
Yes
no?
po. Definitely.
Applications that are returned will have their application fees refunded. Okay. Anong bang gagawin, Dayanara, kung mabalik? O anong option pa nila? Nako,
Opo.
I only hope hindi lang ito yung in-applyan nila.
Opo.
Laging sinasabi ni Dayanara, this, sa panahon ngayon, dapat multiple lang iyong
Marami.
in-applyan.
Correct.
Ano pwede nila gawin?
Opo. So, as per OINP, they are still allowed to go through the different pathways na meron. So, I think they are encouraging them to go through the employer job offer stream. So, these are the OINP International Student Stream. Kapag po kayo ay dating international student at yung inyo pong program ay natapos less than 2 years ago. Kasi merong limit lang po ang OINP International Student Stream. Kailangan within 2 years of your graduation ay ma-invite ka. Kapag may time ka pa, then pwede pa sa OINP-IS or pwede po sa OINP Foreign Worker Stream, which requires 2 years of experience in the same NOC.
Mhm.
Experience could be inside or outside Ontario. And meron silang exemption dun sa 2-year rule na yon kapag po meron kayong red seal or gold seal or license, let's say as a nurse or as kung trades, kung meron kang certification as an electrician, as a plumber, ganyan, pwedeng ma-exempt ka dun sa 2-year requirement at makapasok ka sa pool provided na meron po kayong enough documents from Skilled Trades Ontario to qualify for that exemption. So yun yung I think dalawa na main path na pinipili, na ini-encourage nila yung mga applicants na doon pumasok, kasi yung dalawang yon I think is heavily secured against fraud. Kasi yun na po yung medyo rigorous yung kailangan from the employer.
Alright. Nakalimutan ko rin banggitin, guys, yung email po ni Dayanara, bago na ha. Dito nyo na siya i-email, okay?
Yes
Starting
po.
today, ito na yung gagapang, dayanara@mpuertobantiga.rci.ca.
Yes. Although if you send an email from the to the old email, I will still reach it kasi ano naman yan, naka-transfer naman yan. So no
Ayan.
problem at all. Opo.
Okay, sige. O tapos, ito na. O sabi mo, Dayanara, there are other streams that they can apply for. Pero, paano na? Alam mo naman, yung mga kababayan natin ngayon, wala na akong oras, Dayanara. I was banking on this.
I know.
Especially, baka yung nasa isip ng ilan, guys. Huling draw daw po pala kasi nitong stream na ito, more than a year ago na.
October
Oo,
2020.
October. So siguro yung ilan, hindi. Once draw is coming soon kasi ang tagal na hindi. Yung pala, kalain nyo, biglang wala na, di ba?
Actually,
so what do they do? I have like 6 months left.
Apo.
Wala na akong oras, sabihin
Apo.
na.
LMIA, so if your employer actually wants to keep you, they can apply for an LMIA for you. Yung pong mga construction occupations, I believe, are included in the exemptions dun sa mga matitinding rule sa LMIA, yung 6% unemployment rate, ganyan. They belong to that type of exemption, so they can always try if they wish to keep you, especially if you're heavily skilled. Talagang skilled ka, gusto ka nilang i-keep, I suggest try for the LMIA route para makapag-extend po ng stay sa Canada at makapag-explore ng ibang options for permanent residency.
Yeah.
Actually, Miss, hindi ako masusurprise kung pati yung isa pa, dalawa kasi yan eh. Dalawa yan na main English-speaking streams ng OYNP na dumadaan sa express entry. Yung isa yung human capital priorities. Hindi
Okay.
ako masusurprise kung pati yun magkaroon ng
Ay, ano
return.
ba yan?
Hindi ako masusurprise kasi pareho sila ng system. Yung parehong dumadaan sa express entry, parehong prone to fraud, parehong prone sila sa ganyan, may propensity sa ganyan. So, I'm
Mhm.
not going to be surprised if they say na we're going to be returning some of these applications. I'm not gonna be surprised. So, that can
Ay,
happen, which is
oo.
why, aside from express entry, dapat meron pa po kayong isa pa. As much as
Yeah.
possible, you have to have at least 2 PR pathways that you're looking for. A lot of people like express entry kasi nga express mabilis. But sometimes there's an advantage to provincial nomination. Kahit sabihin mong mabagal sila, merong advantage pa rin talaga kasi yung didiscuss natin sa susunod nating video. Pero may advantage
Yeah.
kasi pag nakakuha ka ng nomination eh. Especially when it comes to extending your stay in Canada, there are certain advantages that you can have. Kaya
Mhm.
you should really have multiple
Ah,
pathways. Yeah.
okay. O binigyan na kayo ni Dayanara ng clue. Okay, ganito guys. Kunyari talagang wala na kayong oras. Okay, nabigo na kayo dito sa skilled trades stream. You will have to leave. Abangan niyo yung susunod naming episode. Baka
Okay.
matulungan kayo nun. Okay?
Baka,
Oo. What you can do if mapauwi ka, tapos gusto mo pang bumalik, maybe you can apply for other PR streams na pwede
like
mong gamitin yung
try a
experience mo
different
na dito.
path. Yes,
Oo, from outside Canada.
especially if your employer po is really supportive of you.
Yan.
Yung discussion natin later is for those with really supportive employers. Yun ang number
Okay.
one factor doon.
Ayan, o sige. Tsaka na yun hindi muna ngayon. Pero for now, ito Dayanara, no, tulad ng nabanggit mo rin to kanina. Ang nakaka-frustrate dito sa ginawa ng OINP is even the genuine applicants
Are affected.
are affected. Actually, ito yung common sentiment na nakikita ko sa mga iba't ibang immigration professionals na fina-follow ko no, sa social media. Parang, dapat, kumbaga, OINP basically failed to detect and curb fraud at the beginning.
Mhm.
At now, dahil nalusutan din sila, damay-damay na 'to lahat na, pati yung mga wala namang ginagawang
Yes.
kalokohan. That's the sad part about it. Merong mga diskusyon ngayon, naku po, magdedemanda kami, mga class suit, may ganyan eh.
Yeah.
Would you advise that o wala na, move on na lang, maghanap na lang ng ibang pathway? Baka
Sure.
ayun, ano ba?
Yeah, I mean, if there's a class action suit that you identify na pwede ninyong, for example, there's an announcement, there's this class action suit, we're looking for cases or, kumbaga, we're looking for, may tawag dun eh, plaintiffs, I think. We're looking
kasali ka
for
dun, okay?
plaintiffs for this particular class action suit. Ito yung mga requirement, nag-apply sa OILP ng ganitong time, walang procedural fairness letter or anything na ibinigay, walang chance for redemption na ibinigay, they can definitely file a class action suit, and this will be against the OINP. There could be some there could be some settlement na pwede nilang gawin, or the OINP can compensate by revisiting their applications. Definitely. I think there will be some immigration lawyers who will start class action
so too,
suits.
no? I think so too. Sa ngayon, wala pa ha. Ano pala, kasi nga guys, kaka-announce lang nito kahapon.
Opo.
So, mga initial discussions pa lang yan kasi galit na galit sila. Paano daw yung mga kliyente nila, no? Na very genuine. Alam mo yung nagtatrabaho dito, ang tagal na naghihintay, inaabangan ng employer, and then this
And
happened.
then biglang ganito. I mean,
Oo, no?
this also makes me really angry at those who did this. Kasi, syempre, apektado talaga lahat. Yun yung nakakalungkot talaga dun. And, I mean, at the end of the day, there's a reason for this. Sometimes the delay is because you're being prepped for something better. PR to PR,
Yeah.
we may be able to see more of that. So the best thing to do is to wala namang problema to go for a class action suit, go. If there's something,
Kung
if
meron.
something available that you can go for, then fight. Most of them, hindi ka naman sisingilin ng sobrang laki in the beginning. Parang a lot of these lawyers would carry some of the costs and
Oo.
then would only be paid once they win sometimes.
Oo.
Pero at the end of the day, tingin pa rin na ibang path.
Yeah. Oo.
Okay?
Ako, sa totoo lang, I don't know if it's in my personality to do it, na baka nasa isip ko, masistress lang ako dito. Abangan ko pa develop it ng, ng suit, ng class suit na ito.
No, I
But
understand.
anyway, it's up to you. It's up to you, no, if you want to join. Kung
Sometimes they
magkaroon
would
na.
ask you to be deposed. So parang
Oo.
may deposition, parang may interview, there may be like a court appearance na kailangan
Oo.
gawin. But then again, the lawyer should definitely assist you with this.
Yeah.
And walang masama to have that on the side. Kasi the thing is, injured party ka na talaga eh. Injured party ka na. Naghintay ka na. Nagbayad ka. Nag-forgo ka ng ibang pathway na pwede mo sanang i-forgo. Pwede mo sanang gawin kung hindi ka na-invite. You know, a lot of these things have already happened. Diba? So, why not? Diba? If you have this on the side, why not? Diba? You can at least be compensated in some way.
Oo. Ako lang, no, before we end this episode, no, ako sana yung OINP, maliban sa isarado tong stream na to, tapos magbalik ng mga application sa mga applicants, habulin pa nila ng husto yung mga, hindi lang naman unauthorized, some even authorized consultants who engaged in these, fraudulent activities.
Sana po.
Ay,
Sana.
marami din yan. Nako, hindi si Dayanara, syempre, no? Pero alam nyo na, ay nako, nandyan din
Sana po, miss. Sana po. Alam mo, parang minsan, may mga ano ka na lang, pagpapasa Diyos mo na lang talaga na, naku, bahala ka na, bahala na kayo kung ginagawa. Kung nakakatulog kayo na may mga tao kayong nasasaktan, pamilyang niloloko, ay bahala na kayo. Parang,
Kaya nga, imagine, no? Sa kalokohan nila, o yan, tuloy, nagsarado. Anyway, we'll see. Kasi for now, it's suspended. Hindi ko alam kung i-relaunch ito in a different form or what. Abangan na lang po natin.
yeah, o baka po i-relaunch nila with stricter conditions. Yeah, so dadaan pa rin ang express entry, but they need to update their portal to include tabs where the employer needs to upload ganito. Baka ililink nila to the employer portal so that they can ask the employers for more documents. I mean, these things take time. Kaya,
but in that case, I think if ever mangyari yon, you will have to apply again kasi nga binalik na nila at i-refund na nila yung application.
yes.
Okay, so that's it for now, guys. If you have more questions, you can email Dayanara dyan po sa kanyang email or put them down there in the comment section and we will see. For now, we will end this episode here. Thank you again, Dayanara.
Thank you,
bye.
As always, bye.